Are you ready to take a bite out of the competition? Are you looking for ideas to make your business better? Welcome to the Core Business Show with Tim Jacquet,
sponsored by Apple Capital Group.
At the core of every successful business, you'll find people making a difference. And with each episode of the Core Business Show, we talk with those people, examine those ideas, and explore the strategies that make them special. Now, the host of the Core Business Show, Tim Jacquet.
Good morning and welcome to another episode of the Core Business Show. I'm Tim Jacquet, your host. Today we're going to talk business. This show is going to be talking about 6 things you should consider in starting your business. 6 things you should consider before starting your business and what you need to do when you start them. So anyway, we're going to open the lines up in the chat room and you can go ahead and chat your question, or you can feel free to call in at 347-324-3460. Again, that number is 347-324-3460, or you can call in just to listen. Again, let's take a break for a second. We'll be back in about 15 seconds. You're listening to the Core Business Show. I'm Tim Jacquet, your host.
You're listening to the Core Business Show, sponsored by Apple Capital Group.
Okay, I'm back with the show. So 6 things you should consider when starting a business. Say business is the birth of the baby. And even with the birth of the baby, you have to prepare for that baby so you won't get caught off guard. The same thing, think of the business and a baby. When a baby comes, you have 9 months to prepare. It's the same thing with your business. You should take 9 months to prepare. And once the baby comes and once you start opening the doors of your business, there's no stop. There's no sympathy. You have to be focused on it 100%. It's not going to take care of itself. You got to take care of it. Even if you I've seen people pump a lot of money into businesses and think hiring people think it's going to take care of itself. No, you got to take care of the baby. It's you and your baby. So it's the same. So let's talk about some of those things you really consider. And the number one thing is you must have passion for whatever you're selling. Again, this is all about selling. And if you can't sell, you don't have a business. You must be able to sell things to people. You must be able to prospect. If I was you, I would prospect 2 hours a day. Every person has to prospect. You have to keep that line of communication open. You have to keep the flow coming, doing this email campaign or get on the phones, call some old leads. Just keep it going for 2 hours, and that's all you really have to do. But if you do that alone, you should be able to do well. So that's number one, prospect. So in that 6-month period, that 9-month period, go and look at what can you do to build your prospect list. Now, ironically, I think if you go to your library, there is some libraries offer mailing lists for free. I'm trying to think of what it's called. I had it on my shelf because I give it to our people to take a look at, but it's Info USA, costs a fortune. And if you go to your library, I can't talk today. I'm trying to look on my shelf and I don't see it here in my office. I must be at the sales desk. But anyway, if you email me at info@applecapitalgroup.com, I can give that to you. Or now you just go to your library and ask them can you sign on to a email server account? I forget what it's called, from Info USA. But what happens is you can sign on and get leads there at the library free, which costs a fortune. Otherwise, can't believe I don't have a book. So anyway, that's one thing you can look at doing as you kind of prepare to birth your baby. Number 2, look at a personal budget that you can live off of and look at the budget for a business. Create a budget for a business. Think of every expense you have, phone, web, internet, cost of everything, and come up with a budget what it's going to cost you. And you know that you need to make over that to cover at least the cost. Okay? Be realistic on your personal expenses as well, what you can do. Number 2, money in the bank. You got to sell. You have to get money into the bank. The bank won't take care of itself. So when you open your business, you got to have a phone. You got to have business cards. These things don't cost so much these days. You got to have a website. Again, it's not all about the business cards anymore. Website is almost number 1. The phone number is number 2. Your business card, number 3. You need to have a bank account, number 4. You need to have a way to accept Visa and credit cards. So if someone gives you that opportunity, you can close them on that alone. And you must have your legal description and your tax ID number. Have to have those things in. So if you're going to be LLC, if you can afford that, even temporarily, you can be doing business ads for $10. Just do it to get started, and convert those over at when it's time to convert those over before you start taking debt in your business. Number two, within that preparing for the birth of that baby, you need a marketing plan. So let me go to SCORE. SCORE will help you do a marketing plan. They have people that specialize in every field. Imagine they're retired people. They're there to help you. It's a community service for them, something for them to do, and they're experts in their field. They're top executives. SCORE, free service. Use them. Also, in your sales strategy, as you was mentioned to you, getting those leads, also talk to SCORE. They can help you as well. And there's some small business incubators can help you do your sales strategy as well. So sales is number one. You have to have the sales strategy done before that baby is born, because that baby is going to cry constantly unless you feed. So sales is milk to the business that keeps the baby from crying. Think of that. Same way. So if the baby doesn't have any milk, it cries, your business will cry. And soon that the baby dies, your business will die. So to kind of keep that, you must have a sales strategy in place. Stamina, you must have stamina to continue to go. Plan your time. If it's going to be 8 hour a day, make sure it's a full productive 8 hours that you're going to do. Now, I have it's kind of ironically, a few seconds ago, earlier this morning, I dropped my daughter off to school, and I was approached. I went to the gas station because I had 80 miles to go, and that magic light came on my gas odometer, and I stopped at the gas station. Some guy was trying to sell me some equipment. Of course, I'm not going to buy any media equipment and go to the ATM machine to go, regardless what kind of deal it is. Because in my mind, I think that the items are stolen. Why you need to sell it outside of your car, expensive equipment? I understand you can liquidate and things like that, but I just didn't want to get in that type of situation. But the guy was skillful. He was extremely talented. And if I had him on my sales force, he's young, probably he's in his 20s, but he reminds me of, he had a lot of energy, a lot of passion, a lot of respect for the person. And a talent, a true salesperson. And I think he can go a long way if he was faced the right direction. I gave him my business card. It said, hey, if you're ever looking for an opportunity in the future, I think I have a position that's available to you. And I think you will do exceedingly, abundantly well in this position. But it's the stamina. If I wasn't thinking about that, now just thinking he was trying to sell me something that maybe was stolen, I don't think it was actually, I don't know what the circumstance. I wasn't going to buy it anyway. But I gave him another opportunity that he could go to work for someone, or work for himself independently and submit deals to us. So you must have stamina with that business as well. A couple other things I might want to mention to you. Everything has passion. You still have to have the passion for the business. If you don't have it, you need to be able to stick it through for thick and thin. You need to own your own brand and create your own brand. You need to create yourself on social media. At least get a Facebook and Twitter account if you don't do anything else, and the Google+. Have SCORE help you with those law terms. If something like plumbing or electrical or something like that has some regulations along, your own regulations, but however, you might not know certain codes in certain districts or cities. Maybe they can help you with that as well. They can also point you directions of construction companies that you might can do something for. So there's always ways to get around things, and people there to help you. Go for it. Don't overestimate, always underestimate, and build a goal for the entire year for you to run your business. So anyway, those are my practical advice for 6 things you need to do before starting your business. Again, think of it as a baby. You have 9 months to prepare for it. You buy things for the baby, you need to buy things for your business, and prepare your business. The first thing I do, if I have a good company name that I know I'm going to go with, I will go to the county and reserve that name. Number 1, make sure it's available. Number 2, get the website built, get a telephone number built, get some business cards, get those things and prepare so it won't tax you. If you buy them in stages, it'll be a lot easier. But also with your website, have time to age through the system. Write little blogs, take a little video blog off your computer. Now, talk about something for 2 or 3 minutes and that you're an expert in. If it's just marketing, or sales, or fixing a sink or whatever, talk about it. You really don't even have to, if you're not a good writer, get these dictation softwares, apps that you can talk it out and type it out for you, and you post it to your blog. And that's what you have. But blog is number one. I mean, not really. Well, blog is number one if you want to get a good search engine. And just do several times a week and build these things up as you go to open the doors of your business. If you do that, it'd be less stressful. You don't have to think about it. But again, it's part of that planning stage. So when you're ready to open your business and you're all in, you don't have to worry about a website. You don't have to worry about a phone number. You don't have to worry about all these other things, bank accounts, all those things are taken care of. And the only thing you have to do is focus on running your business. A friend of mine calls a small business lady. If you Google her, she sent me a book. It's been a couple of years ago when we first started the show in that first year. It said, Become Your Own Boss in 12 Months. It's by Linda Emerson. You can get that on Amazon. The book is like $15, and it'll help you walk through the whole process. I would say take advantage of that. Take advantage of that and read that and see how you can apply it to your own business. And that 9 month of pregnancy, as you're trying to birth your new business, read this and see how to start it, and you know what to do. So one thing, when you do open your business, you just selling. So anyway, thank you for listening. I'm Tim Jacquet, your host of the Core Business Show. You can join us every day. We now move our shows to midday, which is noon Central Time or 1 o'clock Eastern, 11 Mountain, and 10 Pacific. So thank you for listening, everybody. Take care. You listen to the Core Business Show. I'm Tim Jacquet, your host. Good day.
Thank you for listening to the Core Business Show with Tim Jacquet. For a free quote on equipment leasing and financing, visit our website, applecapitalgroup.com. That's applecapitalgroup.com. And fill out the information to receive your free quote. We hope you'll join us for our next episode. And remember, you can always get to the core via iTunes. You'll find all our previous episodes there. Thanks again for listening to the Core Business Show with Tim Jacquet.